Okay, guys, good morning. You have got me and you've got the wonderful Cleo this morning. Two girls in real estate, Cleo.
Two powerhouse girls in real estate.
Two powerhouse girls. And not only that, but two working mums. So I know I've got on the title here, two girls working in real estate, but I also want to draw down this morning, Cleo, on working mums. Not to say that there's not working dads that have got very, the same responsibilities. We're not talking about that this morning. I want to talk about our own personal experiences as girls in real estate and working mums in real estate. That's what I want to talk about this morning. What do you reckon?
I think it's a great topic.
And I'm not going to do an intro and outro. I know Mark does
No.
all of that stuff, but I honestly, for anyone who's watching, fun fact, I'm absolutely hopeless with technology. Mark put this on me at the 11th hour. He's like, can you do the morning minutes this morning? So here we are. Cleo, tell me a little bit about you, because you've been working in real estate as an absolute, talk about a powerhouse, but an absolute powerhouse property manager for how many years?
I think I'm going up to 18 now. It's all a bit of a blur when I first started till now. But yes, it's the whole time I've been in property management. So I chose property management from the beginning and I've stuck with it all these years later.
Wow. And then you've been with us for how long?
Over 10 years now. I've got a
That's
watch.
insane. Honestly, that is just insane. So 10 years with Novak and 18 years in the industry. And a lot's changed in that time, right? You've got two kids.
I do.
Let's just talk about your two gorgeous kids. They're the most adorable kids you've ever seen, by the way. Athena, Cleo's little girl, is she's such a princess. I love her. She's a headstrong princess.
She so is. She's tough work. Let me put it that way. But we like that. We like strong women. So
yeah, we do. So tell me, how old are your kids?
Well, Zeno's 10 and Athena is 2. So we had a big gap in between. I thought after my first I wasn't going to have any more. I still remember the time when I told you and Mark, with Zeno that I was pregnant. I was gutted. I was like, oh, this is not the right time for me. When is the right time, honestly?
Well, when is the right time? Exactly. Because everyone's always so busy juggling stuff. And so having a 2-year-old and a 10-year-old, but you had a career there in the middle and a big career.
Yes. And, letting that go for even, a short amount of time, I did all my pregnancy at work. Like I was to the last minute, everyone was joking that I was going to give birth in the office.
I swear, it's true. It's true. And not only that, Cleo, but you also left, you were at home with the kids for a little bit and then you came back to work. I think we were like, bye, Cleo, love you, go and enjoy your maternity leave. And here's a whole bunch of files to take with you. Be on your phone, please. So it's this constant juggle. And so that's one of the things that I actually want to talk about today. And then I just want to also talk about what it's like to be a girl working in real estate. And I know you're in property management and I'm in sales, but real estate many years ago, it's changed a lot, but many years ago, really, it was a bit of a man's world, wasn't it?
100%. Like property management, maybe not so much because, it's sort of, people see it like an office job, and you're in the office and women are expected to be there. But for sales, definitely, when you came into the business actively in sales, we were all in all just watching how you went about it all, because people see now and probably think, oh, that success came so easy, but it wasn't easy to begin with. You had to really fight for your position, and that's not just in the office with, all the sales team, the men in the office and all of that, but just in the, Northern Beaches itself with all the other agents, and how you chose to stand out and become so successful now. We've all, watched, and as women, like, it's so empowering to see. I loved that auction you did in Manly. I was just like, yes, this is amazing. Like, honestly, wow. Like you've come such a far way. And for women, you've proven that women can do that. You too have 2 kids, juggling.
And I think I think that's a really important message. Like, not only that, but obviously, we all put ourselves out there a lot on social media. And I try and be as well, I do try and be as real and as authentic as possible, because it's not all white picket fences. And, coming into sales myself 6 years ago, I remember telling a male agent, he actually had worked for us some time ago. And I remember telling him, guess what? I'm going to come into real estate sales. And I remember him laughing in my face, laughing like, oh my God, but it's all men that do sales. And like, what is Mark's wife doing even coming into sales?
Yeah, I love that. Mark's wife. Like, come on.
So
Who's
anyway,
laughing
look,
now?
no, well, I mean, I think I took his market share, but look, but the really important message is, Cleo, as working mums, and again, guys, I'm not to say that there's not plenty of working dads out there. There absolutely is. But I can only imagine by 7:45 this morning, Cleo, what went on in your household to even get you onto this camera. I can tell you, I'm actually we're having a meeting at the moment here this morning at 7 a.m. with our accountant. So I'm sitting here at the moment with my
your slippers. I've got my
slippers.
on.
I got my makeup on, but I got my slippers on. And isn't that the reality of life as a
100%.
working as a working mum or a working person? It's this constant
You're
juggle.
multitasking, always multitasking. And whether it be you're on the phone, like we were saying the other segment, having earpods is a godsend when you're a working mum, because you could be making lunches, talking to tradies, making beds, getting the kids ready, all at the same time.
That's exactly right. And it is this constant juggle, guys. So anyone that's watching, working mums, working dads, whatever it may be, please understand that we all go through the same juggles and we all go through the same guilt. I want to talk about that. I remember I had this lovely real estate agent who flew down to spend a little bit of time with me one day. And she pulled me aside and she's like, can I ask you, because you're a working mum, but can I ask you, do you like feel guilt, because you're not around your kids all the time? And I've got adult kids, you've got younger kids, but my kids weren't always adult kids, right?
Yeah.
But we do, don't we?
We definitely do. Like my daughter this morning even said, Mom, I don't want you to go to work. And inside I'm just like, oh, I love going to work, but I don't love leaving her as well, And so you think about the days that you do have with them. I will say to her, tomorrow is our day together, it's mummy daughter day. Fridays is our day. We'll go to the shops. I'll take her to the park. Like I look forward to those days. And she'll get to that point where she's okay. And you walk out the door and they've forgotten about you anyway. You don't realize that.
But,
whether
look,
it's kindy or not.
And let's be real, right? Many of us have to work because we need to make money. So, that's the, a big reason why we go to work. But also having two older girls, Cleo. So my kids, for anyone that's watching, I've got an 18-year-old daughter. She's just started nursing, and I've got Mark and I have got a 26-year-old daughter as well. And she's an absolute powerhouse in advertising sales. And, as they've gotten older, it's interesting because they do look at it a little bit differently. They're like, Mum, you've done so well in your career. And I love that there's such an important message there that I'm able to say to my girls, you put your mind to anything, girls, at any age, and you actually can just do whatever you like. And I think that's a really important message, right? That's, again, it's all been all these very, very long hours and years of hard work. But, for my kids to turn around and recognize that coming into sales at 46 on my journey, and, being able to achieve what I have over those years is a great message to my kids.
100%.
It's a great message.
You're a role model to those girls. Like,
as are you.
And you can have kids and go back to it and come back and still, pick up where you left off and thrive in whatever you want to do. And we've got a lot of working mums in the office.
We do. Yeah.
It's really inspiring because everyone's journey and, career journey has been different. And what I love about, our office is that, there's always advice and there's always things you can learn, and looking up to, you and Bronca and other people who's, you know, like you said, your kids are a bit more grown. Like I love asking all the questions and the school questions, and like, you know, that guidance is not just work related, like it's life related. So I think we're really lucky in that sense.
And also there's a lot more flexibility around work now. We all know that, right? There is this, you know, it's real. I mean, it came with COVID, and it's probably one of the best things that came out of COVID, giving people this flexibility that maybe wasn't there before. And I must say, we love employing working mums and working dads, because there is so much juggling we know that goes on, and you do it so eloquently and make it look so easy. But you know, you're able, you've got this capacity to be able to just do this juggle day in, day out. I do want to talk just very briefly, Cleo, because it is a question that I get asked a lot about the balance in life. Like, how do you balance it out? We're just having a laugh, guys. For anyone that's tuned in, we're talking about girls in real estate, but we're also talking about working mums in real estate as well. But the balance, it is a problem, right? No one has it right. And the balance that I may have and the balance that you may have, Cleo, could be completely different. You might say, I don't want to work the hours that Lisa works. You know, I'm going to answer my phone, but I need to be at home cooking dinner and picking my kids up at 3:30 in the afternoon.
Yes, because, you know, like you said, that everybody's you know, stages are different too. Like when your kids were little, you know, now they're older, you can stay longer, whereas I have to be home around those hours, but I still make it work, because at 7 o'clock at night, for example, I'm then on my emails, or, you know, I juggle it that way. But how do you really find the perfect balance? I don't know that there is a perfect balance. I know I still struggle with trying to find balance in everything, because, you know, you have to be really disciplined as well. But you know, work family balance, I think we just make do and try and figure it out. Like real estate.
put on a bit of makeup,
I know.
you know, whack on the slippers,
Yeah.
and just go, you know what, this is the best that I can do. It's the best that I can do.
100%.
And not only that, but we turn up to work in the morning, and you know, sometimes I'm walking in the door and it's 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I'm sure that there's people that go, oh, you know, Lisa comes in late, she works late. Fair enough. The reality is there's been
Oh,
5 hours of work that went in before that, because you know, we've chucked on
100%.
washing, we've sorted out what's for dinner. I've sat down, had a coffee with my husband, I've chatted with my girls, I've run the dog out to go to the toilet. Like it's been this, answered 3,000 emails, gotten on my social media. You're the same. You're the same.
Hectic. Yeah, you couldn't pick another. You can't say when someone's walking in what they've done beforehand. There's no way you would know, especially like you said, mums. You do so much and you just don't even think about it. But that's the same with real estate. Like you have so many balls in the air, and that has given us that experience to do that. You know, I know which maintenance job's more important. I can, you know, chop that out. Sometimes you're brutal because your time is so precious, but it works.
Correct.
It absolutely works.
Not only that, but I'll tell you what I found, Cleo, working the hours that I work. And, you know, I don't know how many hours I work a week, but it's a lot, right? And there were weeks where I would get to the end of a month and I'd be like, I haven't sat at a dinner table with my kids. This is shocking. Absolutely shocked. Talk about guilt. And so, you know, it was just like, oh my God, you know, this has got to stop. This has got to change. And so Mark and I actually put some not negotiables into place, because I was like, you know, if I looked at my diary and I had an open home or I had an auction, there is no way I'm going to miss that. Why am I missing having dinner with my kids? And so I started diarising it. And I was like, this is a not negotiable. And and this has been really helpful, guys, for anyone that's watching, working mums, working dads. You know, we put into our calendar on a Tuesday night. This is a true story, 6:30 to 8:30. It is not negotiable. We sit around a dinner table. We don't have our phones. We're aware everyone kind of wants to jump back on their phones or go see their friends. And, you know, we do it in little small doses. Tuesday nights, Friday nights, 6:30 to 8:30, not negotiable. Sit at a table, 2 hours.
66W of family in the contract. I love it.
But you know what? But it works, because everyone's got a busy family environment. or a busy life. No one really wants to dip out for the whole night, and then it just becomes a punish. And again, we've got adult kids. So that's been really helpful, guys, for anyone that's watching that's like, I don't know, I don't know how to juggle this. I don't see my kids. I'm constantly feeling this guilt. That was a really, really good one, I have to say, putting that not negotiable into play.
Yeah, I
Massive,
love that.
absolutely massive.
Best.
And also another message, I've written notes here. Another message is nothing's perfect. Absolutely nothing is perfect. Cleo, tell me, what does your day look like? Is it perfect?
No, I do like to strive for perfection. We all do. But yeah, no. Some days I walk out of the house and it's a bomb behind me, and that's not me at all. I like everything in place. But some days I'm like, it's just what it is. Like, I have somewhere to be, and that can wait, and that's just life. I'll get to it later.
Yeah, and I've got my own little mantra. I'm just doing the best that I can do. Like, I'm like you, Cleo. I must say, I always look at your desk at work and I'm like, oh, she has such a good desk. It's like immaculate. The pens, everything's in order. And then and I'm OCD. So I look at my desk sometimes and I'm like, I've got like leftover lunch that I didn't eat, a half a cup of cold coffee, a pile of stuff on my desk, 2 computer monitors with emails everywhere, and I'm constantly trying to give it a little shuffle up. But I'll tell you the other thing that I love is lists. I'm like a list writer all day, every day. I drive my team crazy. I'm like, list. There's a list for everyone at home. WhatsApp, always.
Love it.
I've got a housekeeping WhatsApp chat that I'm sure my kids have got muted. And then I've got the WhatsApp for my team at work, which started, there was messages going in there at 5:30 this morning, but lists all day, and I'm constantly tick, 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 tick.
You have typo will never go out of business with how many books you have. I still remember when you first brought it into the office. I'm like, every week there's a new book. Like, you've written in the whole thing. Like, it's great though. It's good to keep everything streamlined too.
It is. And then just finally, before we wrap up, we've got some spam stuff happening on here and I don't know how to delete it, so we'll just ignore that. I do apologize. Just before we wrap up, Cleo, I want to talk to you about just being a girl in real estate. And I know it's changed significantly. We've just come back last week from ARIC, which is the largest real estate conference in the Southern Hemisphere. There were 5,000 real estate agents sitting in that auditorium. And I have to say, over the years, I've seen the scale swing significantly between men versus women. Looking around last week, there was no doubt it was 50-50 in there. And again, that has swung considerably. What do you find as a woman working in real estate? Does it have any sort of effect or?
I think in property management in general, like it used to be, like you said, 50-50. You get a lot of male property managers. Now it's more focused more. I find it's more women, but even just dealing with trades, like, how you would have an expectation that we wouldn't know how to talk to a plumber or an electrician or know the ins and outs of a particular job. And it's like, well, that's BS, because it only takes 1 or 2 things you learn as you go. And of course, we just because we're women doesn't mean we don't know what all these maintenance jobs that we do are. And I just find that you in particular, your story is so inspiring, because it was a male dominated Northern Beaches sales market, and seeing you take listings off men is I'm just going to say it, I love it. I think it's great, because you put in just as much hard work. Does it matter you wear a skirt and they've got the pants? Like, why should it be that way? And it's one of those things, and women bring a lot to the table in that. I think honesty, for one. I know that that's one of your things. You're so transparent, and that has given you that success, whereas men typically had that dodgy car salesman vibe. Like people would be like, oh, you can't trust a real estate agent. Where I think women have brought that back to our industry, which is great. There's a lot of trust there. And I'm going to buy a property.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to buy a property from a lady that tells me the truth and can, you know, be warm and fuzzy with me as well. Like, it's not just all about the commission and the money.
There are definitely different things that women. Oh, here we go. The juggle. Bring them in. Bring them in.
Perfect
the juggle.
timing.
There we go. As we said, guys, absolutely nothing is perfect. That's reality, right? That is the juggle. But just in finishing up, there are definitely different things that women bring to the table, without a doubt. And I see it as a female agent working in somewhat of a man's world, although it's changing quite quickly. But, you know, there is that empathy, that juggle, that the organizational skills, not to say that men don't possess these, but, you know, there are some women that just do that stuff better, that empathy. You know, it really is there. And I find that I actually do get a lot of female clients, particularly older female clients.
Sure.
They want to deal with women because of those factors. Because of
you know, this is the balance. Like you said, find the balance. I mean, guys, there's like 8 rooms that you could be in. Why are you outside this door? Honestly.
Oh, that's hysterical. I love it. They're the cutest. They're the cutest. Cleo, absolutely love this. I think we need to do more of this kind of stuff. Powerhouse women in real estate. Have an awesome day. I will see you in the office a little bit later.
You'll see me soon in the office. Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.
Take care, guys. Thanks so much. Bye.